area. I wanted to talk to you today about something that a lot of people are afraid of, and it's failure. It's if we push ourselves too high, we may fail. I work with a lot of clients who have fantastic business ideas, who may be launching new products, maybe launching new services, and a lot of the time the reason that they don't press the play button and let's go, 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 go is generally because they're afraid of failure. And opposite to afraid of failure, a lot of people are also afraid of success because they think that if they succeed, it's going to require more work, yes, probably more income, but more work, less time away from the family, and there are definitely ways to combat both of those. Failure is a massive part in learning in business. If you haven't failed in, actually, drop it in the comments if you have failed in business or if you haven't failed in business yet. And I'm not meaning that your whole business fails and goes under. I'm meaning more that you've had an idea or you've thrown your time into something and it hasn't quite come off where you thought it would be. That's failure, and that's a natural reaction is to be afraid of it, because nobody wants to fail in life. We all want to succeed, and it kind of comes from when we're kids, and our parents are all about, yay, you got an A, you got a B, you got an A, you got a B, you did this in your sport, you did this in your science project or whatever it is. And think about it on the flip side, that if a child fails, majority of parents, I would hope, would say, that's okay, we'll just try again, or we'll do a little bit different another time. That is the part that we forget in life. That is the part that's coming through to adults. We probably tell our kids, I know I do, if they fail, I say, that's all right, what did you learn from that? How can we better it next time? Failing means you're pushing yourself to your limits. Failing means that you've tried. Failing means you've seen a vision and you've gone for it. Do you want to idle through life just being okay, or do you want to take that massive quantum leap to absolutely explode your business? And I'm pretty sure you guys are all in here because you want to learn more about business, you want to do better in business, you want to try different things, you want to evolve, you want to strategize, you want to do all of that, right? I want to read you something. This is a brilliant book, and I read a page a day, and I just keep going through it. It's called U Squared. And it's actually, the chapters are really small, as you can see, I've drawn all over it. So let me read this to you because it basically goes over everything that I'm saying with a twist. You cannot hole up in the safe zone of behavior when you have beaten the odds of failing. An unwillingness to encounter defeat or run into problems outlaws quantum leaps. Unless you allow yourself to make mistakes, to fail, you will never have the opportunity to test the limits of what you're truly capable of achieving. You must realize that if you're experiencing no difficulties, problems, or pain, you probably have aimed too low. You've leveled off in your growth and achievement, and you probably are far from reaching your limits. As someone has said, everything looks like failure in the middle. You can't bake a cake, I love this, you can't bake a cake without getting the kitchen messy. Halfway through surgery, it looks like there's been a murder in the operating room. If you send a rocket toward the moon, about 90% of the time it's off course, it fails its way to the moon by continually making mistakes and correcting them. It's easy to lose faith because other people may withdraw their support and be critical of your efforts. How much does that happen in business? That plus your own anxieties and uncertainties can tempt you to turn on yourself. This is the crucial point in the process. Don't give up. Failure belongs here. It's a sign of progress. So go looking for failure and then use it. Don't interpret problems or breakdowns as proof that you should quit, but instead take them as evidence of your growth and improvement. Failure is a resource. It helps you find the edge of your capacities. Boom, mic drop. How good is that? How good is that? You can't grow unless you've failed. You don't know how high you're pushing yourself. You don't know the limits. I have insane, crazy goals. And here's the thing. A lot of people will tell you two different ways to look at your goals. One way is to just make SMART goals. You've probably heard SMART, S-M-A-R-T, SMART goals, so you can kind of get there. I have, oh my gosh, for maybe 7 years, since my mentor's name is Josh Coates, and he calls goals, and that's actually who I ended up doing my life and performance coaching through. He calls them puke goals. I, to this day, still call them puke goals. Some people call them C-type goals. puke goals are basically goals that when you think of it, it makes you want to vomit in your mouth. I want to know right now, even in the comments, do you have a puke goal or are you more of a SMART goal? The way I look at it with goals is, let's just say your monetary goal is $10,000 a month, okay? And you're like, that's a SMART goal. I think that's achievable and I'll probably get there. If you made that $50,000 a month, is that going to make you want to vomit in your mouth? And you're thinking, how the heck can I actually do that? If you're pushing for this 50,000 and you only get 30,000, you still exceeded your SMART goal by $20,000 a month. Can you see what I'm saying here? Your potential is limitless. So with that being said, guys, thank you so very much for joining in today. And I would love to know in the comments, keep me updated on your goals, if you have SMART goals, if you have puke goals. And you know that my messages are always open if you have any questions.